Well, I thought I would dress appropriately for today's film. Yes, thank you for joining us here on the Final Cut, Mark the Movie Man. And it is the year of horror. 2020 is turning out to be one of those where we've seen the buildup of horror films coming to wide release, and we're hitting a peak this year, folks. And we've got one for you again today as we round out February, and it is in the form of The Invisible Man. Yes, Blumhouse's reboot, reimagining of the classic monster tale. In this one, which was written and directed by Leigh Whannell, we get the story of Cecilia Cass, who was in an abusive relationship with Adrian Griffin, and we catch Cecilia as she's trying to escape that relationship and take refuge with her friend and sister. Well, when she thinks she's finally put that abusive life behind her, she gets further breathing room when she learns of Adrian's death. But as soon as she starts her new life, that new life starts falling apart because someone unseen force is pulling some strings to ruin her new life. And we see how she tries to prove that she is not crazy, as well as protect her loved ones from the Invisible Man. This film was a lot more entertaining than I thought it was going to be, and namely that is because of the direction of Leigh Whannell and the performance of Elisabeth Moss. Leigh Whannell has written some of the most popular modern horror in the last 10 years. I mean, the Saw films, Insidious, and he's even directed a couple of those, Insidious 3 and Upgrade, which I really enjoyed. And now in this one, you can see he's really gotten that experience down and does a lot of great creative directive things in here to keep the suspense, the threat there, and make you even think there's something there when there may be nothing there on screen. And I thought by some of the camera pans and stuff that he does in this film, it really keeps that maintains that threat without showing anything. You know, it's just the way it's handled, and I thought that was really well done. And you needed it for a thriller like this, which doesn't let you breathe too much for the entire 2-hour runtime. Now, Elisabeth Moss also contributes to this, not only with the way she performs and delivers her line, but just in general, the talent that she has. She sells this character. You feel for her almost immediately. You know why she's escaping, and when she's put in these awkward situations where she needs to try to prove her sanity and that she's not crazy and there is a crazy, invisible guy coming after her, you feel awkward for her. You feel sympathetic for her, for what she's gone through, and I thought that was great, and it really helps with Elisabeth Moss's talent coming across screen to sell that, and it'll attach the audience to this character so you don't want anything bad to happen to her or the rest of the surrounding cast. I love the supporting cast in here. Harriet Dyer playing Cecilia's sister, Aldous Hodge and Storm Reed playing the father and daughter respectively, friends of Cecilia. I mean, everybody does well in here, but it really is Elisabeth Moss's film to carry, and she does it quite well. The special effects in here, I thought they nailed very well too. They give a bit of creative spin to the concept of the Invisible Man, and it was believable. Don't think about it too hard, but it is a sci-fi horror film, so you are going to get some things that happen in here that you're going to go, okay, fine. Within the realm of the film, I can buy it. And you're getting there for the experience, which this film definitely is. Just don't think about it too hard while you're watching it. Enjoy the thrill ride that this film takes you on. Overall, as far as the release for horror films go, I think this is one of the best ones to be released this year. Especially out of what we've seen so far, outside of Gretel and Hansel, I would say this is probably the best one, and I've given it 4 stubs. It's a film that not only is suspenseful, but it's also topical, because if you look underneath the surface, you can see how this is a metaphor for abusive relationships, how Cecilia suffered this abuse and it's lingering with her. So she's got this unseen force that is constantly with her. And while in the film it is in the form of an invisible man, you could apply that possibly to the trauma of real life victims of abuse and how that stays with them long after their abuser possibly has been brought to justice in one way, shape, or form. So There's a lot of interesting underlying the surface as well that you can find in this film that I appreciate. And yeah, I think it's a good time at the cinema, and you'll have fun with it. So there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out our Patreon if you haven't already. We've got It's Vinylly Mine coming back, and if you join our top tier on our Patreon, you can decide which vinyl we feature on every episode. So check that out. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you for your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.